Hi everyone. I just wanted to stop by here and just say hello. Um, I'm working some more on my meditation book that I showed you yesterday. So I've added more color into this one so far. And every bit of it is still just the running stitch. And the circle, um, this page 2 is just the running stitch, a little bit of seed stitch down here. Um, I like how even the backs have like an art of their own. I'm really loving watching Emma Freeman. I am so impressed with her explanation, and she's so into nature. And I am too. I just love nature. So, hi, Papa. You need something, honey?
No, just come out to make sure you're still doing okay.
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I just started a video here.
Oh, okay. Well, keep it real smooth now. You got your hair. I just
Papa comes out to check on me every once in a great while. I'm thinking about making me a sign that says "Do not disturb."
have to make sure you're doing okay.
I know you have to make sure I'm doing okay.
I love you.
I love you too, darling.
I think after I finish this here video, I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay,
I'll come out and give you a good night kiss.
I know you will.
I love you.
I love you too, darling. Okay, like I was saying, I'm working on this. This is my second meditation book. Maybe it's the second one of 35. I don't know, because I really am loving this. And and I'm putting color in it. Still, all just the straight stitches, using my old feed sack. My old, gosh, these I'm confusing these kind of sacks. These aren't the kind of feed sacks that people made dresses. There's another kind of a feed sack or a flour sack or a sack that you can get that are from long ago, that are fabric, that are made with cotton fabrics that you can then use the fabric to make little dresses and things. Well, that's not what this is. This is the actual feed sack. That animal feed came in, and they they're made out of a, you wouldn't want a dress made out of this. It's more of a heavy, almost like a canvasy kind of linen, heavy. And so, but these here feed sacks that I have are made for reuse in feed over and over. So um, these aren't like lightweight ones like you would get flour in and then use this bag to make a dress out of. These are much different than that. I think much older. These ones were made much earlier than those, and so I can feel in I can feel in the fabric all that this piece of fabric has went through, all of the generations that it's been through, and I can almost feel this bag being full of grain, oats or corn, and soybeans or something on the back of a wagon pulled by a horse. And I think about those things when when I when I stitch on this, and I did some searching to see, looking for more um, feed sacks. I mean, for like way back in the day when people would buy 100 pounds of soybeans so they could plant their fields, they would be in these kind of bags. But what I come up with when I look is I come up with the kind of feed sacks that are looks like a calico print that you would make a little girl's dress out of or something. The kind that the homemakers would use to sew and make things. These ones here weren't really used in dressmaking at all, but I love how the edges, when you tear it, the edges are so beautifully frayed. I love the fraying that it does. It comes that natural fraying is beautiful. Okay, then another thing Emma has done is made. Look, I have all these strings, all of these threads, and from tearing it apart, I ended up with a lot of beautiful strings. And then I have some sage here, and what I've done is I took that whole bundle of sage apart and just took the small pieces, and then I took these threads and then I take a small piece of sage and like look at that, how pretty that is. There's a little burnt spot on there where it was burned, and then I just wrapped the sage in with this thread. Just wrap it for the length of the thread. Just keep wrapping it until I use that whole length of the thread. And then that makes a beautiful embellishment. I've got a couple of them here already wrapped. And my plan is for this sage, oops, there I spilled them. I'm going to use them. But this here now, also on Emma's, she also makes some memory scrolls, or not memory, meditation scrolls. And this here is another bag here that I took apart. This is a little bit of a lighter weight fabric than this one. This one's heavy. Then this one here that I took apart is a lighter weight fabric. Let's see, this is a big piece that I haven't torn apart yet. This originally was 100 pounds, and it was a master mix, and I think it was like a chicken feed, maybe 100 pounds, layer concentrate, it says. Well, I took all the stitching out of that. This first bag was made in a tube, so there was no seams except at the bottom. This one had a seam up one side and across the bottom. And what I did, now see, this is again, look at all the staining in there. Look at all the life in there. Look at all the memories in there. If you look at the back, there's a couple places that are even worn, like little worn spots, little holes. That's pretty. I think, I guess I look at things I look real deep into things maybe. And so this piece here I chose to make my first scroll, meditation scroll. And this was actually along the bottom. No, this was on the side, down the side of the sack where but I wanted to use this piece. I took the seam out along the side. I took the threading out where it was sewed, and then that left this very frayed edge. And I didn't want to cut it. I wanted to save that edge. That's why I took that seam out so I could save the edge. And I'm going to use the opposite side, the inside of the fabric, and that's what I'm going to actually do my stitching on. And but then on the opposite side too, we'll end up having a lot of just the art that happens from the back side. Then here was a little piece that that come off of this bag, the first bag I took apart. That is the heavier fabric, and so that's just a little strip of it, and I pulled the threads so I could have a nice frayed piece. Pull the threads. I'm saving them threads because I am doing something with those threads. I maybe make bundles. And now again here, I'm not going to go with any particular um, pattern or thought. It's all going to just happen. And the stitching that's going to hold it together is mainly going to be just a running stitch in and out. So there won't be, you don't have to think, well, will this look good here or will this look good with this, or none of that. And lately, something, I don't know, the last few days for me have been a little, I don't know even how to describe them. It's just like I feel like I'm worried about something, but I have nothing to worry about. I'm not sure what that is. And it's like I want silence and solitude. And Papa comes to check on me. When he goes back in the evenings, then I kind of feel like I guess I almost feel guilty because I feel like, oh, good, I get to be alone, and that's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling, and I don't know why. But then he comes out every few minutes to check on me, make sure I'm going to be okay, and I feel extremely loved, and that is wonderful. But then at the same time, I feel guilty because I feel like I just need the solitude sometimes. I don't know if that makes any sense. But I've had a headache the last couple of days. Not a bad headache, just like a nagging headache. And so I don't want to do some craft that's like my needlework, I mean like my diamond art or something that takes a little bit of thought or concentration. I want to do something that is so freeing of the mind. And this meditation scroll or the meditation books is exactly that. And these kind of things are what they help me. I mean, it's almost like medicine. It helps me get through whatever this is that I'm getting through that I can't describe. And so, but I have to, I have to do something. I have to be busy. If I'm awake, I have to be busy doing something. And busy doesn't mean I need to be dusting or washing dishes or scrubbing the floors. That's not busy. That's work. I'm not talking about that stuff. That stuff don't give me nothing. And so, although yesterday for a little bit I was in the kitchen and I was trying to rearrange the bottom cabinet because I tend to just kind of throw the pots and pans in there. I don't stack them nicely all the time. I kind of just throw them in. So yesterday I got a chair and brought my wheelchair in there so I could just reach. And and I was sorting out, getting the pots and pans straightened out. So it's amazing how much room you have after you get things straightened out. And then after a while, I came back over here and I'm sitting here and I hear this noise. I think, what in the world is that? Sounded like there was a possum in the pots, you know? And I went over there and I had shut my cat in the cupboards. My cat. I'm telling you, the difference between, I mean, Papa and I have had dogs for 20 years. We've had dogs. We had First we had one dog, and then we got two more, so we had three. Then we got one more, and then, so that made us with four. And then we went down to three, and then we went down to two, and then we went down to one, and then we went down to none, and kind of missed them, you know. But I said we can't get another puppy. That's just too much work. They're just for us at our fragile age. So we got a cat. Well, we didn't go get the cat. The cat found us, and so we have Petunia here. And you know what the difference is between a cat and a dog? Everything. Everything is the difference. There is nothing comparable. They both got four legs. That's the only thing. And they got a tail. But these cats, on this cat, I mean, she's already made herself queen of the roost. She is the queen here. What she says goes. She is so beautiful. Now look here. I just took that piece and I just stitched that along here. You can't hardly see it because it's the same color. And so with the color, that's not important right now. The color is just going to be whatever. And but it's pretty long. I guess it would be about a yard long. And so I'm going to continue on to stitch things. So now I have, like I have this piece of sage that it's nature. And there you go. I'm going to put that right here. It's kind of dry and brittle, so it might break a little bit as I'm stitching it on, but I'm just going to stitch it on there. And this then will always roll up like my, what I call my rollies, a roly-poly. Be a roly-poly when it's done. Or in between additions. In between additions, it'll just be rolled up. Being finished, I don't know that it'll actually be finished. I don't think it'll be ever finished in my whole life because this is just something I want to do. This is just something I want to do. And so there, I have that one stitched on. And then maybe I'll take another one and stitch that on there. It smells good. Sage smells good. And I'm just couching it on there. Thread came off of my needle because it's almost gone. It's almost gone with the wind. Gone with the wind. I want to get one more stitch on there. I've been watching some movies. I watched a movie yesterday. I watched a movie on the Titanic. It wasn't the Titanic movie that became so well known like 20 years ago. This movie was black and white on the Titanic. It's just sad to watch. Why do I watch it then if it's sad? I don't know. But it is sad to watch. Now look, I've got those two on there. And what I think I want to do is I want to take one piece of the string that I pulled out of this other feed sack. I'm going to put that on here on my needle. This is just, see on here, like I've got yarn here that's acrylic. I'm not going to use any of that. I'm not going to use that. The threads that I'm using are all cotton. I want everything to be natural in here. Everything to be natural. Like here's a heart, a crocheted heart. But I believe this is crocheted out of cotton. I believe that's cotton thread. I don't believe there's anything polyester or anything in there. I believe that's just cotton. And so that might end up also in here. Now I want to take this thread and I just want to go around. And this is sort of still like couching. Let me see. I'm just going to go around. Okay, I can go around this one twice with this length of thread. I'm going around both of them pieces of sage. And I might end up with some little twigs out of trees or maybe some leaves and add them. And so there we go, and I'm just going to tie that. I'm just going to tie that in there. And so that's a little bit lengthy piece of string still hanging there. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to leave it there, right there. Now, and so because I love color, see, I already used a piece of this blue and I just did some running stitch with the blue. And I don't want a whole lot of, I don't want it to be real busy when it's done, but that's going to kind of be hard for me because I'm a busy. I like a lot of busy. And so, I wonder what this is made out of. Silken ivory So this is 50% silk, 50% merino wool made in Switzerland. So this is wool and silk, so that's all natural. That's all natural. So um, I may add some of this in here. I like this color. Cold Springs, Kentucky is where this was packaged. They call the color Lagoon. That is beautiful. Somebody out of the greatness of their heart sent that to me. That's beautiful. But that's natural. This is a natural product. And so I would use I would use I would use it. And you know, it's kind of odd when we talk about what is natural and organic and what is not. Because if you think about it, everything ever has come from the earth. Anything you see has come from the earth because first there was the earth. And at the time that there was only a earth, there was no Amazon, no eBay, no Etsy, none of that stuff. It was just the earth. So everything that there is, glass, plastic, your car, everything has come from the earth. And so when you look at a satellite view of a city, especially like if you're looking at New York City or Los Angeles, the big cities, London, you know, these everything came from the earth. All of that, everything you see was at one time below the earth. Now see, we order things from Amazon and go buy it from Lowe's or whatever. Everything from there at one time was below the earth. But this paintbrush, everything, every bit of it, the metal starts with that iron ore that's below the earth. And then, of course, the wooden handle, wood coming from the trees. And then the bristles, who knows where they come from. Everything. And that's hard, almost hard to fathom that everything comes from the earth. But then we want to say some of the things coming from the earth are still natural from the earth and natural, and then some of them are a whole bunch of different things from the earth that are mixed, and so that makes them, they're still from the earth though. Isn't that weird? That's pretty weird. That is pretty weird if you ask me. I'm going to open this up. I have been hoarding this for so long because it's so pretty. It's just pretty to look at. Right? I'll save that tag and put it in one of my journals. Just because it's pretty. So I don't throw anything away. Let's see. I'm going to wreck it. I don't want to wreck it. Okay, here. Alright. Ooh, look at that. Look at there. Once you open it, oh, look at how pretty. It's so soft. But because the silk comes from the cocoons that the worms build us, and the wool comes from the sheep or whatever animal. Now see, what normally somebody would take this and probably roll it into a ball or whatever. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it right here, the whole thing, in half. That gives me all this many pieces, all this many, this will give me all these that are about a yard. Well, they're all about 50 inches long. And so then I can just pull one strand off as I need it. And that keeps it from getting all knotted. There we go. and then I can unloose my needle. There it is. And doing this, I'm just using a tapestry needle. It's got a big eye and a blunt end. And I'm so bad about poking myself that when I'm doing something for meditation reasons, um, I need a blunt end so I don't have to worry about poking myself. You know, I might use like wooden buttons on here, unpainted wooden buttons. That's what I say today. I don't know. I may change my mind tomorrow, but you never know about this old woman. This old woman who we call me, what I might do. And so then I think, well, what do I want to do? Just don't think very long. I just say, well, I'm going to start right here. And I'm just going to, again, do running stitch. When I'm doing this, I put the longer part of the stitch. I do it. You don't have to do it that way. And on the top, what I'm looking at, and then the stitch that's underneath, I make it shorter. But you're just doing a running stitch. Nothing special. I mean, it's special. Don't think it's not special. It is special. But I'm going to just go, because I did this here piece on. I did it kind of on a little curve. Looks like a highway. A highway to the fun spot or something. And okay, now I don't want you all be concerned, you know, when I do a little bit of emptying my thoughts out on people. Don't be concerned, I'm okay. You know I'm okay because I know how to take care of myself when I do get into these spots of, I don't even want to call it depression because I don't think it's depression. It's just something that I think maybe we all sometimes just need some solitude. But I don't want to lock myself in to a place where I don't want to lock myself into a room, put a do not disturb sign on. I don't want to do that. I have to get through the interruptions, and something like this. Now Papa's going to come out. He's in there, already went to the back 40 for the night. He watches a few NCIS videos before he goes to sleep, but he'll come out every 30 minutes or so to check on me. Sometimes I think, oh my God, here he is again. But I don't want him to feel unwanted, but it's just like it's an interruption in my solitude. And but it's okay. I'm okay with it. Although I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it because it's just kind of. Maybe it's selfish on my part. I don't know. But I don't know what I'd do without him. So I think part of it is I my late husband, he passed away with early onset Alzheimer's disease at age 54. And I had him here at home with me the whole entire time. The last couple years were really sad because he was unable to do anything on his own. And Papa now he's being treated for dementia. So although he he's good. He does most everything for himself. His memory is completely just his. Yeah. If he goes in the kitchen to look for a cup, I have to tell him which cupboard. You know, it's getting a little bit kind of, I don't know. It's scary for me. It's scary because I've been through this already. When I went through it with Ernie, when Ernie was sick with it, like one day didn't seem a whole lot different. Today didn't seem a whole lot different than yesterday. We just took it one day at a time. But since I've been through it, I know what could be coming. It may not, because Ernie's was early onset Alzheimer's. This here has not been diagnosed even as Alzheimer's, which you can't diagnose Alzheimer's anyway, but it has been just dementia, which is a symptom. And because now I know what could be in his future, with Ernie, I did not know. It was like every day didn't seem much different than the day before. And so I think that might be part of my problem is I worry about things that I don't have to be worried about right now. And so, you know what? It's kind of good to even just say it out loud to you. I'm telling somebody, you know, this might be helpful. You know, you guys don't send me a bill for therapy because I don't have no money to pay my bills. I got money to pay my bills, but not therapy bills. You guys have to be what do you call them? I don't know. There's a word for free therapy, but you're my therapist, and but yeah, it'll be. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. Bless his heart. I love him so much, and it makes me feel sad for him because he's. See, here I am talking behind his back, but he's in the bedroom. But he's. I feel so bad for him because I mean, he is like so smart. He is so smart. He can do near about anything, and he's still smart. I am not saying he's unsmart, but he doesn't know how to use the computer anymore. He doesn't know how to use his woodworking tools anymore. Um, he can't do it. It just doesn't work anymore.
You want one of these? There's buy one get one free at the Publix.
Oh, sure.
Ooh, yeah, I'm fixing to grab one too.
Oh, sure. Let me put this on pause a minute.
Oh, you videoing yourself?
So that was a little interruption. My daughter brought over a Haagen-Dazs ice cream. And of course I shouldn't eat it, but I did. I said, oh, what the heck? And oh, that was good. She said there was a buy one, get one free. And then she didn't realize till she got home there's only 3 ice cream bars in the box. So that's pretty expensive ice cream. But look at the cool stick. That's even a special stick. I might put that stick on my slow stitching thing. Probably the only time I'll ever have a Haagen-Dazs ice cream. That was good. Okay, now, where was I? I was stitching. Yeah, I was just stitching. I still have more thread on here, so I'm going to go now right down here. And I don't know what I was talking about, so I was probably still in my chronic complaining mood. So I'm going to just pretend I'm not in that now. Oh, you know what I could do? I have this piece of burlap, too. What I think I might want to do. I think that I might want to use some of that burlap. I'm going to go right down here. See, now I'm thinking ahead, and I don't want to think ahead. I just want to think in the moment. In the moment. But see, I'm loving this here thread, this here wool, this here fiber. It is beautiful. It's soft. And the color is gorgeous. So sometimes I think about doing something in all nature color, but in my mind, I have to have color. I, I'm just a colorful type of person. See, I guess, sort of, maybe. And see, that ice cream just made me feel better. I'm telling you. One day I'm going to beat about the size of a barn, but then I like farming. I'm a farmer's daughter, so if I get to be the size of the side of a barn, then that's just be fine. So, so we sew just in and out, in and out, in and out. My daughter just lives right next door, so she's in and out a lot, just comes in and out. So that's kind of, see how that is? How pretty already? How pretty is that already? I think it's beautiful. So now if I take a piece of burlap, I won't use all of this, I'll just use a piece, just about that much. Pull some of them threads out so I've got a snaggity raggedy edge. Gotta love them snaggity raggedy edges. I like burlap too. There we go. See how pretty that is? There we go. And I still have some of this thread on here. Let me turn it because I sew from right to left. And I'm just going to do a running stitch just on up the center of it just to hold it there. And then later on, maybe I might do something different. I might add something different. I don't know. I don't know. Right now, I'm not going to let that worry me. And I still have a few inches of thread on here, so I'll just keep going. Because if I cut that thread now, then what would I use that short piece of thread for? I wouldn't know what to do with that short piece of thread. So I'll just keep sewing till I use up that whole piece of thread. Like this way. See, if you're doing this and you don't have a destination, you don't have a plan. There, see, I use that whole thing. Here's my thread, my needle, put it right there. Kind of put it a little tighter. There we go. See, now that's the beginning of it. That's the beginning. That's the beginning. I really should put then this piece of sage maybe right here on this end. Then when I go to roll it up in between, it'll roll up nice. But see, then the outside with the actual print that was on that bag, it'll always be there, but the more I stitch to it, the more it will evolve into a form of art, a meditative art. But isn't that pretty? Now see how pretty that is already? I guess it'll end up with colors in it because I love my colors. I could put that heart right on top there too. I do usually end up putting a lot more than I need on everything. So, but I'm loving this book. I am loving this. It is so huggable and squishable. Now, Emma even buries hers in dirt. She'll take a whole book like this and just bury it in the dirt. But wherever she lives, she's got real dark dirt. Now, I could bury this in our dirt here in Florida. It's just sand. It wouldn't do anything to it. I'm sure it wouldn't look any different when I unearthed it because I don't have any. I'd have to build me a bucket of compost or something. So I don't think burying my books would change many because Florida is just sand. It's funny how some people, their earth is so different than other places, you know. Some places have a lot of clay. Some places have, when you look through this, you know, I have flipped through these pages in here so many times. So many times. And they don't change. They stay the same. Then I look through this one, and as you flip through the pages, I mean, this one's got a lot of texture because I added lace, added other things to it. So as you flip through, I tucked these little quotes in there. So all these little pieces of paper are just a quote, which I just tuck them in. See how all the pages are different shapes, different sizes. Just meditation. Just a meditation book. And even all of my quotes are just on a torn piece of paper. This one says, success is getting what you want. Happiness is wanting what you get. I love quotes. Look at this page. I like that shape. Friendship is the only cement that will ever hold the world together. That's what that one says. I like the back cover. It ends with a flare. But anyhow, and I may still add to this. I may find something and say, well, I gotta add something to that. I might have to put that heart. I might have to put that heart right there. I don't know. But see, you can have more than one going at one time too. See, I could put that heart right there. You can have more than one book going at one time because you might find a piece of something and you'll say, well, no, I don't think that'll work in this. But then you'll have another book going and you'll say, ooh, but it will work in this. And so I just entertain the fact of having many books going at one time. How come I can't make a short video? Look at theirs. Now it's already 48 minutes. I just don't know. I don't know if it's a gift to gab or a curse. Might be a curse. But I gotta read what Spirit has to say. Oh, look at the pretty angel on this postcard. The angel is in the heart. Shape of a heart. Look at the stamp. Postcard from Spirit. Okay. She's got to get her glasses. Tell Elizabeth put her glasses on. Okay. Dearest you. Get my bookmark here. We are gathering our magic together to help you celebrate your new beginning. You're stepping into a new version of your life, getting to tell a new story as you create it. Doesn't it feel like spring when the urge to expand wells up inside you from a primal place? The form of what you are growing has yet to take shape, and it is exciting to experience this new and fresh beginning. It's normal to feel both push and push back when entering any kind of new relationship. It's okay to admit you don't really know what to expect. what you can know is it's time to dive in and allow that new version of life to take shape through you on behalf of your partner in life spirit. You have made it to a new level of awakening and contributing, and we are so excited to see where this will take you next. We're so proud of you. Now, when you read that, when you listen to that, or when I read this, this can, in a way, it might sound like maybe somebody that's taken a new job, or maybe somebody that's just entering a new college or something. But when I read it to myself, and here I am, a great grandmother sitting here in my easy chair, it fits because, see, I have not done a meditation type journal before. Just a slow stitching meditation book. I have not done this. This is brand new to me because I found Emma Freeman's channel, and she must not have been there too long because she's got less than 1,000 followers, I think. And so she must have just kind of started recently. But and I just run across her, and I mean I have watched so many of her little videos, and I love the way she talks. I love the way she sounds, and I love her idea. I mean, she talks you through the powers, the of the all of the good things about meditation through slow stitching, the slow stitching and the meditation through her art, just through her art. And we can call this art. We don't have to say, no, it wasn't made by Michelangelo, so it's not art. No, it's made by you, so it's art. And so, and yes, my new beginning. Celebrate your new beginning. So, every day is a new beginning. Every day. In fact, every minute is a new beginning. You might have a bad morning, well, then just be done with that, and the next hour can be a new beginning. And so you celebrate that. Okay, so then we shove this back in this box. We might get the same postcard later on, but that's okay. We'll put that right over there. We'll take that right over there. And, oh, maybe I could put my ice cream bar right there. No, I'm going to put this right here. So I'm going to watch some more Emma now. And while I stitch some more. And I'll keep you updated on these things, as you know, because I can be a pain in the neck, I'm telling you. And so I'll keep you updated with what I'm doing on my slow stitch library, because I'm making the slow stitch book and the slow stitch roly poly. That's what I'm gonna call these things, and because they're not a snippet roll, so I just gonna call it a roly poly. That's what it is. This is gonna be my meditation roly poly, and this is my meditation book. I love it. I love it so far. I'm gonna add more to it. See, I got all these colors. See, I got all these colors, so I can go to town. There's every color. I don't know what this stuff is. 100% nylon. Okay, that's not natural. I can't put that one in, but I can put that one in something else. But that's a little hard. Okay, well, anyway, I won't keep you any longer. I'm not going to keep you any longer. I'm going to let you go get your things done. Your teeth brushed. Don't forget to brush your teeth. Say your prayers. Okay, I love you all. May God watch over you every step you take, every move you make. Keep you happy and healthy and humble. Keep you safe and secure. And I will see you on the next video. God bless, and thank you for listening to me. I know I can be just a pain in the rump. Okay, God bless. Where's my arrow? Where's my cursor? There it is. Here it is.